Alright y'all, so it's been some time since I've done a gym review. Yeah, my bad. But we're back and hopefully I can get a little more consistent with it. The tiers are gonna stay the same, not like, meh, like, and love, so let's jump right into it. First we got Ash versus Faulner. After dealing with Team Rocket, Ash challenges Faulner. Faulkner's first Pokemon is Hoot Hoot and Ash's first Pokemon is...
I choose you, Chikorita!
I know we're lying. What is this? Ash just signed Chikorita up for a peace offering. This is like sending Bugsy Bogues out to guard Victor Wembanyama. He's getting stepped on.
About to beat my meat.
And when Faulner called him out on it, he had the nerve to be like, you don't judge Pokemon by their type? This is not a Disney movie, bro. Cut that out. Hoot Hoot dodges both Vine Whips, then lands Tackle and Peck. But peep how Faulner gave those directions. Bro said, kill that grass type Pokemon with your Peck attack. Excuse me? Bro sounded like he wanted Chikorita gone. And he keeps this tone throughout the entire battle. Hoot Hoot dodges some more attacks, then takes out Chikorita. So Ash's next Pokemon is the Son of Arceus. Pikachu uses agility, then thunderbolts Hoot Hoot out of the sky and finishes it with quick attack. Faulkner's next Pokemon is Dodrio? For the first batch? Alright bro. Both Pokemon use agility, then Pikachu used Thunderbolt, which Dodrio dodges. It then uses Fury Attack followed by Drill Peck, and right as it was about to use Tri Attack, Pikachu jumped on one of its heads and took it out with Thunder. Okay, 2 for 2, let's go! Faulner sends out Pidgeot as his last Pokemon. Ash wanted to switch out Pikachu, but he said, nah Twinjamin, I'm straight. Buddy, you just had the Gatorade symbol next to your name a second ago. I suggest you sit. Pikachu used Thunderbolt, but it barely reached Pidgeot, allowing it to get the KO. For his last Pokemon, Ash sends out Paul George. Charizard. He uses Flamethrower, but Pidgeot is weaving all of them. It sends one back with Whirlwind, immobilizing him, and then landing a wing attack. 2 of them. Anyway, Faulner went on to say, hey, not gonna lie, I'd quit if I were you. You and your Charizard are clearly not ready for us Johto boys, so get going somewhere. This caused Charizard to lock in, and now he's flying again. Pidgeot went behind Charizard and used quick attack, so Ash decided to wait until he did it again so that Charizard could hit a turnaround fire spin followed by his signature, gotta breathe, yeah time! It's been so long since I've said that. Anyway, Ash wins the fight, he gets his gym badge, hip hip hooray. I liked it. Everyone showed up except Chikorita bum ass, but it was cool. So it goes in the like tier. Bugsy leads with Spinarak and Ash chooses Cyndaquil. Finally he makes a good choice, but Cyndaquil isn't warmed up, so it can't use fire moves. What? Since when does a fire type need to warm up? Can't y'all just do that on command? Spinarak uses String Shot covering Cyndaquil, so he uses Flamethrower and... You're better off using Growl at this point, man. Ash recalls Cyndaquil and sends out Chikorita. He puts too much faith in this pair. And I like to think that's because Ash has this certain type of offense that I like to call that do his ass type offense. And for some odd reason, he thinks that this do his ass type offense works for everybody when it clearly doesn't. Both Pokemon dodge each other's attacks, then Chikorita used Sweet Scent followed by Tackle to get the first knockout. Oh, never mind, I guess he really did his ass. Bugsy's next Pokemon is Metapod, and he starts spamming Harden, then one-shots Chikorita with Tackle. Well, getting one-shotted by a Metapod gotta be top 3. Bugsy's last Pokemon is Scyther, who uses Double Team, then sliced up Pikachu like some apples. Ash switches to Cyndaquil, whose flame is finally lit, so he uses Flamethrower, but Scyther uses Swords Dance to deflect it? What? Ref, you're not gonna question this? Last time I checked, Swords Dance can't deflect moves. That's not what it does. What is this, bro? Oh, y'all gonna make my head hurt. Bugsy was talking big after that ass pull he just did, so Ash pulled off one of his own and humbly threw it back at him. Cyndaquil jumped above Scyther using Swords Dance and spun in the same direction it was going and used Flamethrower, then finished the battle with Tackle. It was a regular battle to be honest. Nothing crazy. I'm gonna put it in meh. After losing to Whitney the first time and saving Miltank from Team Rocket, Ash and Whitney have a rematch. 5 minutes left in the episode by the way, and they're gonna try and have a battle right now. I wonder how they're gonna pull this off. Miltank uses Rollout and Cyndaquil is voluntarily giving himself CTE. Charizard would never. Ash chooses Totodile and starts making divots in the ground, then jumps onto Miltank, but that didn't work either. But it was all a part of Ash's plan, whatever that was. So now it's all up to the son of Arceus. Again, Pikachu dodges rollout, then hides in the divot to send Miltank flying in the air and finish it with Thunderbolt. So you mean to tell me that this freaking guy who weighs 13.2 pounds was able to launch a Pokemon 12 times his size? You got it, bro. Like, you got it, bro. I'm gonna also put this one in meh, because I'd much rather this fight have its own episode instead of it being shoved into the last 5 minutes of an episode that didn't need it. Morty sends out his Gastly and Ash sends out his pristine shiny Noctowl. Gastly turned on Incognito, so Noctowl used Foresight, meaning physical attacks can hit Gastly. However, bro proceeded to go 0 for 25 and got smacked in the back of the head, so Ash benched him. Ash subs in Pikachu, and since Foresight is still in effect, he used Quick Attack, landing right in the jaw. Then Pikachu used Thunderbolt, which Gastly dodged, allowing it to use Nightshade, which if you don't know, does the same amount of damage as the user's level. So for it to one-shot Pikachu, it gotta be at least level 60 or higher. Cyndaquil came out and used Flamethrower, then Gastly retaliated with Nightshade. Cyndaquil dodged them all, then ran up Gastly's tongue and bodied him. Your final challenge. Play the entire match. No subs. Oh hell no, Haunter, you tripping. Anyway, Cyndaquil hit Haunter with Swift, then evaded Hypnosis with Smokescreen. But then Haunter yanked him out of the smoke, said, let me get a little taste. I'm so sorry. Licked him, then threw him on the ground. Diddy, is that you? On the verge of losing, Ash calls out Noctowl. It uses Foresight and dodged both tongue and hands, then both it and Haunter had a status move clash? I don't know. Noctowl ended up getting confused, but that gave him about 5 seconds of the YN effect, cause it flew right into that Nightshade, which shouldn't even be affecting it, but okay, and came out the smoke not only with the confusion effect worn off, but with a new move, which funny enough was confusion. Ladies and gentlemen, was this the dagger? Absolutely. This just saved Ash's gym battle, cause confusion is a psychic type move and Morty's entire team is weak to psychic. Glory be to God. Noctowl used confusion and rebuked Haunter. Morty calls out his Gengar and stopped confusion with Shadow Ball. It then started spamming Nightshade, so Ash was like, Noctowl, Solar Flare! And sends the most blinding confusion throughout the entire building, allowing it to use Foresight and slam it with Tackle, somehow leaving a hole in the ceiling. Aren't you a ghost? Anyway, Gengar's out and Ash just clutched the win. Low key, I'm gonna put this in love. I really enjoyed this fight. In Cianwood City, Ash challenges Chuck. He starts with Pikachu and uses Thunderbolt. Poliwrath dodged all of them except the last one, so Pikachu went in with Quick Attack, and that joint looked like a Steven Adams screen the way he bounced off Poliwrath. Poliwrath used Double Hit, which ended up knocking out Pikachu, which is crazy because he just went from taking out a Dragonite and sending a 166-pound cow to the moon, just to get one-shotted by Nightshade in the last gym battle and slapped to death by Double Hit in this one. Pikachu cannot catch a break right now. And since this fight is a 2-on-2, Ash has to fight a barely injured Poliwrath and a healthy Machoke. So who does Ash put this responsibility on?
Bailey, I choose you.
Okay. Bayleaf dodges Water Gun, then sends a Razor Leaf right back at him. Then grabs Poliwrath with Vinyl Whip and hits him with a Skull Crusher, followed by Body Slam. Hey, my bad Bayleaf, I was unfamiliar with your game. Before Chuck sends in Machoke, he starts hyping himself up, which I don't think is safe considering Machoke can lift an entire dump truck with one hand, but you do you, man. Bayleaf turned on Ultra Instinct for about 2 seconds until she got hit. Then Bayleaf uses Vine Whip and they start tugging. Brock and Misty tried to tell Ash to lay off a bit so that Machoke could lose his balance, but Ash said, nah, I'm not about to let my Bayleaf go down to this man. Girl power all the way. Let's go, Bayleaf. We all good. Bayleaf, 1-2 step. Bayleaf followed that move with Body Slam, then finished the battle with Razor Leaf. You know what? Maybe Bayleaf's not that bad after all. Like tier. Now it's time for Ash's 6th gym battle. Jasmine chooses Magnemite and Ash chooses Pikachu. Both Pokemon dodge each other's attacks, and this goes on for a while, so Ash was like, I bet. Pikachu ate the Thunder Wave and countered immediately. He then used Quick Attack to take out Magnemite. Finally, I didn't think that was gonna end. Next is Steelix, who is part ground type. So surely Ash won't keep using Pikachu, right?
Let's get in there right away, Pikachu! Thunderbolt now!
Why do I even bother? Jasmine wore Pikachu out so it can use Iron Tail and slam Pikachu. Ash sends out Cyndaquil, which is pretty risky, but we'll see what he does. Steelix uses Sandstorm to block Flamethrower, then used Dig followed by Iron Tail. They did the same thing again, but this time Ash did the Flying Godzilla to dodge. Steelix used Iron Tail, so Cyndaquil used Smokescreen, allowing it to hide in one of the holes and land a direct Flamethrower. Then Steelix was like, let me show you what I did to one of them cave explorers the other day. Bro was trying to kill him. Once Cyndaquil got out, he barely dodged Iron Tail and it looked like he was done, but Cyndaquil turned his flame on and said, "Gah!" I don't know what to say there, to be honest. Steelix countered with Sandstorm, but Cyndaquil's flamethrower was too hot, so it took over the sand, burning Steelix and ending the fight. Honestly, my only gripe with this fight is that they're still using 2 Pokemon despite being 6 badges deep, but other than that, like tier. Okay, number 7. Can't wait to see how this plays out. Price starts with Dugong and Ash with Cyndaquil. He uses Flamethrower, but Dugong dodged it and froze Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil was able to get out of it last second, then used Flamethrower. He went into the water using Quick Attack, but that was a bluff in order to lure in Dugong so Cyndaquil could use Swift. Cyndaquil followed it with Flamethrower and KO'd Dugong. Look at Ash cooking finally. Price calls out his Piloswine and uses Blizzard to hide itself and charge into Cyndaquil, knocking it back at light speed. Had that boy on his back like a baby. Pikachu's up next and he's slipping like crazy. Pikachu dodges Fury Attack last second, then when Piloswine used Blizzard, he used Thunder, which of course did nothing. So Ash gets the bright idea to start playing Pokemon Pinball. Pikachu slid under Piloswine and used Thunder, which doesn't make any sense because why is it that when Piloswine is hit anywhere else it has no effect, but underneath it is a different story? So everything else a ground type except the Shaboing Boing, huh? Piloswine restores its health with Rest, then uses Fury Attack and Takedown. Pikachu uses Quick Attack followed by Thunderbolt. Then Piloswine used Takedown, so Pikachu jumped on its face and used Thunder, causing it to fall in the water. Then once it got out, Pikachu used Thunderbolt. Yeah, do it to him. Anyway, both sides go band for band on attacks. Then
Price's Piloswine is eliminated from the match by means of a TKO!
huh? Wait. So you're telling me that you forfeited the match because your ground type was losing to an electric type? If you don't use Magnitude or whatever ground type move they had in Gen 2. And what's funny is that literally minutes ago, he was telling Ash to forfeit because he knew he wasn't cooking nothing in that empty pot he calls a head. You know what? It is what it is, my guy. I like the battle, but the ending ruined it, so meh. Okay, final gym battle. And they brought back the all reliable. Let's get active! Claire's first Pokemon is Kingler, so Ash sends out Snorlax. Did I say Kingler? I meant Kingdra. Kingdra dodges Hyper Beam and tried to attack Snorlax, but he was unfazed. It tried Swift, but those weak ass stars just bounced off. Snorlax went in with Body Slam, so Kingdra used Agility, but it ended up bouncing off again. And you wanna know what Snorlax does? Scratches it, you know, no big deal. Kingdra uses Hydro Pump, knocking Snorlax off balance, then follows it with Hyper Beam, but Snorlax dove underwater last second. Snorlax body slammed Kingdra, but since he's a lot lighter underwater, Kingdra was able to escape. So Ash said, I bet. Snorlax, hit the Mario jump! Now hit the fat jump! Lean back. Snorlax continues to eat Kingdra's attacks to wear it out. Then when that happened, Snorlax punched the dragon out of it. Yeah! Big Lax way, 1-0. Gyarados is Claire's next Pokemon, and both it and Snorlax have a Beam Clash, which Snorlax ends up losing. Gyarados uses Dragon Breath, paralyzing Snorlax, then tied the battle with Hyper Beam. Ash's next Pokemon is Pikachu. He dodges Hyper Beam, then decked Gyarados with Quick Attack. Then Pikachu used Thunderbolt, but Gyarados cancelled it with Dragon Breath. And Brock over here talking about some barriers?
Wow, that Dragon Breath formed a barrier and the Thunderbolt can't get through.
Brock, as much as I love you, every time you talk on the sidelines, you don't say nothing. What you mean it made a barrier? It just shot it back. That's what happens when two beams meet. Pikachu's Thunderbolt is doing the exact same thing. Anyway, Pikachu gets hit with Hydro Pump, then Gyarados wraps Pikachu just to get hit with Thunderbolt. Gyarados corners Pikachu and was about to send him with a Hydro Pump, but with 0.6 of a second remaining, Pikachu pulls the craziest ass pull from way downtown. He jumps over the Hydro Pump, runs on it, then uses Thunderbolt to take out Gyarados. I gotta give it to him. That was cold. 2-1. Claire sends out her final Pokemon, Dragonair. It dodged all of Pikachu's Thunderbolts and Quick Attacks, then KO'd Pikachu with Hyper Beam. So now it's up to the all-reliable Charizard. He used Flamethrower, evaporating half the pool. Then Dragonair used Dragon Rage, which looked a lot like Twister, but I ain't make the show. Then Charizard used Flamethrower, which Dragonair dodged and sent a Hyper Beam right back. Charizard ended up evaporating the whole pool with Fire Spin, making it harder for Dragonair to evade attacks. Dragonair used Safeguard to block Flamethrower, then gave Charizard a clean hit to the jaw. He caught the second Iron Tail, then tried using Seismic Toss, but Dragonair stopped it with Dragon Rage. It dodged Flamethrower, but Charizard caught his tail and said, "I don't think you understand, ho. When I say it's yam time, it's yam time." Dragonair tried to run the same play, but it must have forgotten who it's dealing with. I might be old, but I'm still beating your ass. I've been doing this so long, Father Time don't even care no more. He better pray to God he don't see me come around. I am the only Pokemon to be in their prime after their prime. We are not the same. Oh, and before I forget, it's yam time! And yeah, that's the fight. I'm gonna put this in love tier. My second favorite fight in the whole thing. So overall, Johto gets a like tier, which is surprising because I always thought of Johto as boring. Like when I was watching, I solely remember the feeling of needing to get through the show more than the actual show. I started watching in January of 2021 and I finished later that year, maybe around September. Point is, I never got into Johto like that. So for it to have this score is kind of crazy. Also, I didn't do this for the Kanto Gym video, but that gets an overall score of meh. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day or night whenever you're watching this. God bless, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.